So welcome again. My name is Samir Rezk. I'm going to be showing you some of the tools we have for Civil 3D as part of the MicroCAD Civil 3D productivity tools. Thank you for taking the time to attend the webinar with me today. I would like to show you some of the tools included when you purchase or subscribe to the advanced support package with MicroCAD. You get the MicroCAD productivity tools, and these are the tools at the bottom here. Some of them are really handy and time savers. Some of them extend the possibilities with what you can do with Civil 3D. So we'll get started. I'm gonna flip to Civil 3D. And let me show you a couple of things. So when installed, you will see a new ribbon in your Civil 3D interface. It's MicroCAD Civil 3D tools up top right there, and the ribbon includes all the tools that are part of this package. Before we start demoing these things, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them into the GoToWebinar interface. There is a questions portion. I will get to the questions at the end. I hope there is plenty of questions. And there is also a handout that includes the brochure for this, for if you want to read a little bit more about the tools included. The brochure is also available online on our website, microcad3d.com. You will see it on there as well. So one of my favorite tools included in here is actually the first one. It's the add stations and offset to points. Say, for example, we have a couple of points, maybe representing utility poles or something, and along a road alignment, and we have a couple of pogo points in here, this one, that one, and that one. Maybe we would like to put in a table with the station and offset relative to the alignment that's right there identified with the red line. So out of the box, Civil 3D doesn't have the ability to do that. You can manually add what we call user-defined properties. You'll see it in the settings under points, user-defined properties. You can add additional user properties to each Kogo point and then fill them out manually yourself. What this tool does is help with that filling out, because that will take a lot of time if you have like 100 points that you want to identify for staking out or something. So I'm going to activate the add station and offset to points command. You get this dialog box and you can select the points manually one by one. You can select all the points in the drawing or by point number range, and I will select them by group. I have them all grouped with the raw description GS. The road alignment that we're interested in is road B. That's just the name of the alignment. You can actually have a secondary alignment, and you will get the station and offset relative to a secondary alignment. Say, for example, you are in an intersection type scenario. Under the cogwheel here, there is additional settings. You can prefix and suffix the side letters as you wish. And you simply hit OK. And now, if we take a look at any of these Kogo points, you will see towards the end here, the beginning is point number, northing, easting, elevation, and so on. But towards the end, there is additional user-defined properties that got filled out automatically for us. So here's our reference alignment. Here is the side and the station right there, corresponding station, and corresponding offset. And it says on the right side. You notice how there is also the 2, that's for alignment 2. If we have a second alignment here, those columns will be filled out. With that being said, if I decide to move this one of these points and simply rerun the command, add station and offset same group on alignment B, hit OK here. This number updates automatically. That is very handy, especially if we go ahead and create a point table. Let me give Civil 3D a minute here to think. All right, add point table. I already have a table style set up for myself, but you could also create those. I would select a point group that I'm interested in and keep it dynamic. And we can put in a table like so, either on our sheets or wherever, and you'll see that here's the information, the station and offset, and the side of the offset as well. So additional properties not really available out of the box in Civil 3D. Second tool I would like to show you is the extract block from point. This tool helps you extract blocks or simply the marker on the point style from Kogo points. So pretty simple, those are Kogo points. You might get Kogo points from a surveyor and you'd like to get the blocks out. So extract points from blocks. I'm gonna choose Z3. Hit enter. I'll put them on my current layer for now. Hit OK. And now we got blocks here representing the marker style. Now here is a spoiler. In our AutoCAD productivity tools, not the Civil 3D productivity tools, we can take those blocks and create a legend really quickly on our sheets. So, and you get both of them, or you have the ability to install both of them, the AutoCAD tools and the Civil 3D tools. All right, moving down along here, the grading tools. The grading tools let you design various entities with different grading criteria like you would expect. The tools use 3D polylines rather than the feature lines. Native to Civil 3D, the tools in Civil 3D use feature lines. The tools that we use are they rely on 3D polylines. And because of that, they're much more easier to use, more flexible, and they tend to not crash your drawings. If you use the grading tools, you probably at some point experienced a drawing crash, unfortunately. So let me show you what those are about. They're much easier, lighter on the program to use. So create grading, we have create grading, edit grading, and erase grading. I'll go ahead and create grading. We have say a building pad. I'll go click create grading and you get the dialog box to create a grading. I will delete my criteria right now. I'll give it a name. I'll say NTC. And you can choose a template. A template is nothing more than a bunch of criteria already saved from previous use. So you can give it a name. I deleted the stuff that was in a template, so I'm gonna create them one by one to show you. So I click the plus sign here. The grading method. We have several grading methods. We can slope to surface. We can slope to a specific elevation, relative elevation, or we can also do offsets or target the surface. Eventually, we will do that, grade to the surface. So for the first one here, for the first criteria, I'd like to use the offset slope criteria, and my slope format would be 1 to number, so rise over run. We got percent as well, and my slope is gonna be 1 to 10. And the offset I'll choose is 10. Okay, and I'm gonna add another criteria here. The second one is gonna be slope to the surface. So slope to surface. This one is 1 to n as well. I'm gonna, in cut situations, I'll do 1 to 2. And in fill situation, I'll do 1 to 3. And I'm gonna target the existing ground. That's just simply the name of the surface. I'm going to create the grading surface. I'll give it a proper style here, 1 to 5 design, and I'll create the grading infill tools, infill as well. In the settings for this, you got the sampling interval, but most importantly is the mid-ordinate distance if you are dealing with curves, even with Civil 3D surfaces, and at any time you're adding a break line. If you're ever adding a curve, then your mid-ordinate distance, you want to put that pretty small so that it tessellates around curves pretty nicely, as close to possible to the curve. Yeah, and I'll draw the rays and I'll join the surfaces, because each group here I have two criteria. Each criteria will create its own surface unless I have this join surfaces on, and it will create both of them together. Hit OK, hit OK, and I'll select my polyline. I'll select the side outside, hit enter for the entire length, and it should calculate. And all of these are simply 3D polylines, but from these they created the surface automatically. In the background you see the contour lines are in green. If I decide to change the original shape of my building, it should all dynamically update. So very easy, very handy, and doesn't require a lot of computer processing to do that work. You can also erase the grading after the fact. Right, moving down, create offset alignments. In Civil 3D, normally you can create offset alignments. That's nothing new. The issue with Civil 3D tool is that all of them are the same width. Say for example, I'd like to put in a road lane here and a bike lane, and they are not going to be the same width. So I'm gonna say create offset alignment command, and I'll select my alignment. It's gonna be road number D here, right? And you can this is the left side, right side. I'm gonna do the left side with you. Click on this button, and I'll do, this is the suffix of the alignment, so it's gonna be like a E1, and the width of this lane is gonna be 12 feet, and I'll give it a style. Let's choose an offset style here, and let's do one more here. I'm gonna say bike lane, and this one is gonna be like 6 feet, and same style again. Hit OK. You can reorganize these, and you can do them on the left and on the right, and as you can see, they're not the same width, and that you cannot do in Civil 3D by itself. Hit OK. And we now have all the offset alignments done for us automatically. Last time when I was practicing this morning, I did not get this error message, so I need to investigate why I just got an error message right now, but it should work smoothly. And then we have all the offset alignments already created. All right. Another really cool feature with alignments is the create alignment from feature lines. It helps create an alignment and profile from a feature line. We cannot do that in Civil 3D. We can't get a profile from a feature line, and we tend to maybe start our designs with feature lines and then move to an alignment, and we'd like to see our profile for that feature line because the feature line does have elevation. So create alignment from feature line is really cool. So this is a Let's say we have a feature line right here. That's a feature line. I'll go ahead and create alignment from feature line. Select this. It does have elevation data. So I'm gonna say this is the name of the alignment I'm gonna do. You may choose to put it in a site, give it a style, give it a layer, the label set like you would expect. That's all nice. The really amazing thing is the profile that you can create with it right off the bat here. Create profile, check that one up. Give it a name, give it a style. I'll create this as give it a nice style design profile here, the layer and the label set. And I will create a profile view and erase the existing entities. I tend to not like to have things on top of each other if applicable. So I'm going to hit OK. And now we got an alignment already created, and I'll go ahead and create profile view. And let's place this over here. As you can see, we now have the alignment and profile for this. And it should be sitting right here. So I think this is a really handy feature. Right. And polyline to land XML, select that guy. And normally this is applicable when you want to really share data with other programs outside of Civil 3D. You give it a location. I'll save it on my desktop and give it a name ABC. Save, and it says select the object, so I'll select my object. I'll select from the beginning and I'll finish, and now it's right here, and I'm gonna save. And let me show you where that is. So here is the len XML file. Now you can add more than one polyline, of course, as many as you want with the elevation if they are 3D polylines, and then you can export those to len XML and then import them back into a different design software. The label feature line and profile view command is really cool too. There is actually a kind of a bug in Civil 3D where if you have a feature line, say for example we have this feature line and it's projected on top of a profile, if you use the Civil 3D labels to add a grade between this from here to there, for example, it gives you 1.2%. Okay, this is not true because I know that this feature line grade is negative 0.98 or positive 0.98. So it's reading the grid, it's not reading the actual entity's grade. I never noticed that honestly until I used our tools here. So label feature line and profile view, really nice. You can utilize this to label actually the feature line with its true. Okay, it usually works. I'm not sure why it's not working right now. So we'll have to investigate that one too. Sorry. Also worked this morning. I'm not sure why it's not happening right now. So let's try another one. Create offset profiles. We can create an offset profile. Usually you can't create an offset profile out of the box. This is an added feature here. If we have this profile, you can offset this as a second profile or a polyline if you choose to. I'm gonna choose a polyline, and let's say I wanna offset this up like 5 units, 5 feet. Okay on that, and now I get another polyline up top here. You can also create an offset profile, same deal. Let's do, if you have, this one is a time saver, I feel. If you got a lot of alignments, you can say create multiple profile views and you select the alignments that you're interested in. So I'm gonna select some of these things. Let's say I want road A, road B, road C, and road D all in one go here. It's really cool. You select the surface you want to sample, give it a layer, give it a style, label set if applicable, the style for the profile view, hit OK, and everything in one go here is going to be done for you. And if you did not have a surface profile, it will create surface profiles for you. So really big time saver. Right. The corridor section editor, basically it's an improved section editor from the one that you have from Civil 3D. The one that we have with Civil 3D has a designated interface, so and it takes a toll on your computer performance when if you experience that before. When you go into the editor, your system kind of slows down a little bit. So what this command tries to accomplish is it lets us manipulate section views already created. So if we have section views already created, then it would be really nice to modify our corridor from the section views instead of going through a new different interface. If you select corridor section editor, it'll ask you select section view. I select this one, right, and select subassembly in it. So I select this one, and you get the dialog box here, and you can change the information in here as you wish. So all of these parameters, part of that particular subassembly. Let's say, for example, I want to widen the lane a little bit, 7.2, maybe that's in meters. And maybe I want to widen it from this station to end station and widen it to station 7 plus 00. And I'll do a transition at the beginning, let's say 10 meters. And at the end, I'll transition 10 meters back in. Okay. And you can actually preview it on screen right away. So here it is, it's being previewed, and if you hit apply, it will go and modify the corridor for you right from the section. So it's giving smartness to the section, which is pretty interesting. So here we go. Here's the alignment that I changed, the corridor that I changed, and it got widened right from the section. So really amazing. Right. This one is a handy cleanup tool. I kind of like it. Label assemblies. You got a bunch of assemblies in your drawing. You don't know what they are. You keep going back and forth into tool space to figure out what their name is. You got a lot of assemblies like so, and you're working with a team, label them. So label assemblies, hit OK here, and all of them got labeled with the assembly name. So people know what they are, and you know what they are, and just makes for good CAD management. Perhaps one of my favorite and one of the most powerful tools in this the whole entire set is the pipe tools. If you worked with the pipe networks, gravity pipe networks, you really appreciate this. I love it. I spent 2 years working with piping, so wish I had that at the time. So here we have a pipe network in our plan. I put the pipe network on our profile as well. And let's say I want to change something about it. I want to change the slopes of it, or maybe I need a drop between each pipe and a structure. So I'll select the beginning and end. It does not have to be the entire network run, but whatever piece of the network that you want to modify, you click the beginning, you click the end, and then you get the dialog box, the pipe editor dialog box. You say, hey, I want to start, maybe I want to set the upstream elevation or the downstream elevation. So you pick which way you want to work first, which elevation is your control. And then let's say I know my beginning elevation, it needs to be something, so I'm gonna say let's do this as 45, and I want to go at a percent here, negative 1.5% going down. Wait for negative. Okay, and you can also assign a drop in each structure. So I'll assign a 0.1 drop in each structure, and as you can see, it's actually adjusting in preview right now. Once I hit apply, it'll fix itself, which is really cool in one go. And then you want to say you want to fix the align pipes by, you want to align them by invert or center or crown, and hit apply, and then go ahead and fix the entire run. Normally in Civil 3D you would need to do this one piece at a time, one by one. Right click on each pipe, go to pipe properties, update the information, and move down to the next pipe. I think my computer is running a little slow because I have the GoToWebinar interface working alonghand here, so it actually is quite faster than what it is right now. Right, one moment please, it just froze. Okay, I froze. So let's take a look at some questions that I have so far. One of the questions says, Civil 3D already have the ability to export to LAN XML. Yes, that is true. You do not have the ability to export polylines or feature lines at the moment. You can export Civil 3D objects. So this the polyline to LAN XML is something additional to that. Okay, actually my system worked. Usually does not take that long, I promise. Alright, one more thing I'd like to show you about the pipe tools is the swap multiple parts. If we have multiple parts like we have right now, usually you have to again do it one by one. This one you just select the beginning, the end of the run that you want to change, and you can go ahead and change something to a different structure. You don't in plain Civil 3D, you usually have to do this kind of thing one by one. Okay. And let's take a look at more questions.
Hi all, this is from the marketing team. I'm joining the call today. Just want to give you a reminder that we do have to wrap up in the next 10 minutes, but we're probably going to do a part 2 of this webinar, just so Samir can go over the rest of the tools and answer any more questions that may come up in the meantime.
All right, thank you. And I would like to show you the last thing here is the visibility manager. This helps a lot with controlling the visibilities of a lot of the Civil 3D objects. And usually you have to either freeze the layer or go and change the style. So this one, you got all the Civil 3D objects and you simply just need to go and click the light bulb here and